For years, Sergio and Tatiana Pino looked like the kind of couple who had it all: a Coral Gables mansion, powerful political connections, and a business empire, Century Home Builders, that made Sergio one of South Florida's wealthiest developers. But behind the image, the marriage collapsed. And by the time Tatiana's daughter called 911, the story had taken a dark and dangerous turn. Tatiana claimed her husband was trying to have her killed.
Hi, Chris 911, what's the address to your emergency? Okay.
Please, someone with a gun is here.
Okay, ma'am, can you repeat the address one more time? And what's going on there, ma'am?
There's a guy with a gun, please.
What do you mean there's a guy with a gun?
Yes, he just pointed a gun at me. And they're still here.
Okay.
Please, are they almost here?
Yes, ma'am, we're sending officers on the way now, okay? How many individuals are there?
I don't know. It's just me and my dog, but I'm outside. I don't know if they're inside.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. Okay, how many individuals are there?
Just me.
Okay, how many are there, ma'am?
Just me. It's just...
No, how many individuals?
I think they left.
Okay, but who pulled a gun on you? Okay, is he still there? Is he trying to break into your house, or what is it that he's trying to do? Are they trying to break into your house, ma'am?
I don't know. I can't see. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna send help on the way now. Okay. What is your name?
Are they not on their way yet? It's Ali.
What is your name, ma'am?
A-L-E.
Hold on. Okay. Is there anyone else there with you?
No, I need to tell my mom not to come home. I think they might be looking for her. She's a victim.
Okay.
I hear a car. Can I call my mom, please?
No, I need you to stay on the line with me, ma'am. We have officers on the way. Did you see if it was a white, black, Hispanic male?
It's a black male.
Black male? Was he wearing like a hoodie or anything?
My mom's here. They might have shot her.
Ma'am, what is your name, ma'am?
Ale.
What is your name, ma'am?
A-L-E, Ale. But my mom is here. They might have shot her.
Okay, did you see what he was wearing?
No, he just had a mask on. Why are they not here yet?
They're on their way there, ma'am. Okay. Did you see what he was wearing, ma'am?
No.
The problems had started quietly. For years, Tatiana suffered from unexplained medical episodes, seizures, fainting, symptoms that resembled epilepsy but never responded to treatment. Dozens of doctors had no answers. Then, a physician at Johns Hopkins ran a toxicology screen. It found fentanyl in her system, not once, several times. Tatiana said she had never taken it. She packed a bag, left the house, and filed for divorce in April 2022. In court, she made her accusation clear. She believed Sergio was trying to poison her. The divorce quickly escalated into a high-stakes fight. The couple had built everything together: homes, businesses, wealth. Sergio offered her a $20 million settlement. She refused. She wanted what she said was hers. Then the threats began. A flatbed truck rammed Tatiana's SUV in broad daylight. A masked man chased her around the yard with a gun. Someone set fire to her sister's cars. Tatiana repeatedly went to the FBI. She said this wasn't random. Someone was targeting her. Federal investigators later said she was right.
This was a man who had been engaged in the active sort of planning, aggressive planning of killing his wife.
According to court documents, Sergio had reached out to a trusted employee, Baron Bennett, a crew member on his yacht, and asked him to assemble a team. Prosecutors alleged this first group carried out the intimidation, the car crash, the arson, and more. But Tatiana survived, and when arrests followed, investigators started tracing the violence back to Bennett's crew. That should have ended it. Instead, Sergio tried again with a second team. In June 2024, just weeks before a grand jury was expected to indict him for the earlier incidents, Tatiana's daughter, Alessandra, walked outside and saw a masked man holding a gun. She ran back inside and called 911. The man fled before police arrived. No one was injured, but that moment changed the case. According to the FBI, Sergio offered the second crew $300,000, half up front, the rest after the job, as long as they didn't link it back to him. But investigators were already watching. The attempted shooting gave them the final piece they needed. On July 16th, just after sunrise, a SWAT team surrounded Sergio's gated home in Coco Plum. They came with a warrant to arrest him and search the house. They used loudspeakers and flashbangs. They contacted his lawyer and family. They gave him hours to come out. He never responded. Eventually, agents entered the home. They found Sergio upstairs, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But the legal fight didn't end there. The next day, Sergio's brother Carlos appeared in probate court with a will. One Sergio had signed 4 months earlier, just after the first arrests. The will named Carlos as executor and cut his ex-wife out entirely. Tatiana challenged it immediately. Her legal team argued Sergio hadn't been of sound mind when he signed the document. They also claimed he had hidden millions of dollars by shifting money into companies controlled by Carlos. There was a lot at stake. At the time of his death, Sergio's estate was worth at least $115 million. Cash, real estate, stocks, vehicles, and yachts. That doesn't include the company itself. Century Home Builders may be worth another $80 million. Tatiana now says she owns the company outright, since she and Sergio founded it together in 1995 and legally held it as husband and wife. She argues that his share automatically transferred to her when he died, but not everyone agrees. Carlos says Sergio changed the ownership structure before his death. Business partners, banks, and Sergio's adult children are now involved. One bank froze the company's accounts until the court can determine who actually owns what. Tatiana hasn't backed down. She's listed as president of Century Home Builders and has filed legal claims totaling more than $56 million. That includes a $30 million lawsuit for what she describes as years of abuse, fear, and trauma, from the alleged poisoning to the masked man in her yard. Her sister, Aurora Linares, has filed her own $30 million suit. She said she lived in fear after her vehicles were torched, allegedly by the same crew Sergio hired. On the criminal side, 9 men face federal charges. All have pleaded not guilty. Some attorneys claim there was no murder plot, just attempts to intimidate. Others haven't said anything publicly. But one thing is clear: money, power, and political influence couldn't stop what happened, and they couldn't protect Sergio's own family. In a letter found after his death, Sergio denied everything. He said he was innocent, that he loved his family, that he couldn't take it anymore. His attorney later claimed Sergio had planned to fight the charges in court. Alessandra's 911 call didn't just stop an attack, it uncovered an entire operation. And it ensured that Tatiana Pino would get the day in court her husband may have tried to prevent. She met him online. It started like it always does. Casual messages, a little flirting, some talk about meeting up. He seemed normal, charming even. So when they agreed to hang out in person, she wasn't nervous, just curious. That night, on January 18th, she got in his car outside a Motel 6 on East Adamo Drive in Tampa, Florida. They sat there for a while talking. Everything felt fine. He made her laugh. She thought he was kind. And then, without warning, he reached into the center console and pulled out a gun.
And then he literally pulls a gun out of the middle console and he's like, "Give me everything you got." And he puts it to my head and he starts taking everything out of my pockets. He took my phone, my car keys, my watch. He took everything. He was like, "I know you have money. I know you have money." And he pulled my room key out and he was like, "Oh, so you're at the Motel 6. And I'm like, yeah. So he brought me here and he was like, "You're going to go upstairs." He put me on the phone and muted it. And was like, "You're going to go upstairs. You're going to get all the money you have." Because I told him I had a boyfriend in the room. And when I got upstairs, I clicked over and called 911.
She had 2 phones. He didn't know that. One was still in the car. The other was in her pocket.
911, do you need police, fire, or medical?
I need police at 9942 East Adamo right now. 9942 East Adamo.
Is it a house apartment or a mobile home?
It's a hotel, the Motel 6. Please, I need somebody here right now.
What room number are you in?
I'm outside. This guy, he basically just kidnapped me, and he put a gun in my head, and he robbed everything, and I have him on the phone right now because I told him I was running to my room to get all my money. Where are the police?
I have a lot of people coming right now, okay? I just need you to stay on the phone with me and tell me where you're at and if you see him again, okay? I understand. I don't want you to put yourself in any danger, though, okay? I want you to keep yourself as safe as possible, okay? I understand.
I see him walking. I think I see him.
Ma'am, I want you to stay quiet then, okay?
I see the police.
He was coming up the stairs, heading toward her, but she'd already told him the wrong room number. She stood frozen in the hallway, holding her breath, praying the police would arrive first. And they did. Deputies from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office got there fast. The suspect was already gone, but not far. He had her other phone in his car, and it was still active. Using her Find My app, deputies tracked the signal in real time. They alerted other units. Florida Highway Patrol joined the search. When they spotted the suspect's vehicle, they tried to pull him over. He didn't stop. Instead, he led officers on a high-speed chase through Tampa streets. It ended when he crashed into another car, someone completely unrelated to the case.
Get the clear.
Deputies pulled the driver from the vehicle and placed him under arrest. Convicted felon, 26-year-old Elijah Silva El-Shabazz, now faces a long list of new charges including armed kidnapping, robbery with a firearm, trafficking in fentanyl, fleeing to elude, and more. In total, he racked up 11 separate counts, and they weren't minor. Police also found drugs and a firearm in the car. They believe he targeted the victim deliberately. The entire thing was premeditated, that he lured her in by pretending to be someone else, just another friendly guy looking to connect. The body cam footage from that night shows the aftermath. The woman is standing outside the motel, breathing hard, trying to explain what just happened. She never once says she's proud of herself, but she should be. Her quick thinking didn't just save her own life. It likely prevented something worse. She stayed calm under pressure, used what resources she had, and trusted that someone would come for her. And they did. El-Shabazz is still awaiting trial. He's pleaded not guilty, but even without a conviction yet, the evidence from that night is hard to dispute. The 911 call, the body cam footage, the location tracking. Now the courts will decide what happens next. But thanks to one woman's presence of mind and a dispatcher who listened, there's no doubt who owns this story. She does. It started like any other summer morning. A woman walked into her local bank and asked to withdraw $15,000. She seemed calm, maybe too calm, and then she told the teller something that stopped everything. Her family was being held hostage. The bank manager called 911 immediately.
My name is... I'm the banking center manager at Bank of America. Okay. There is no robbery here, but we have a lady who is in our bank right now who says that her husband and children are being held at their house. The people are in a car outside the bank. She is getting $15,000 to bring out to them, that if the police are told, they will kill the children and the husband. They have their faces covered. She is petrified. She wasn't going to call the police, but I came in my office and I did.
Okay, she still is in the bank?
Yes, she is.
Okay, her husband and family.
Yeah, and I looked at, yes, they're tied up. She said she's taking $15,000 out of a credit line. They told her they wouldn't hurt anybody if she got back there with the money. She believes them. I think she's walking out now. She's walking out now. I will watch and see what kind of car she gets into. I'm in my office with the door, with the lights off. and I'll try and see where she. But I don't want to make anything look obvious.
She's being held, or
her husband
and family's being held.
Yes.
At their house.
Yes. She said they're tied up. She said.
Did she say anything about weapons or anything like that?
She didn't. She said no. Well, she said they. No, I don't know. She said they've been very nice. And she knows they'll leave after they get the money. Okay. I'm trying to look and see where she's gone. She went outside, but I don't. Oh wait, I see her walking now.
Is she
she's walking. She's walking. There. She's getting in a car. It looks like it's like a gray SUV. They pulled up. Now they're pulling out.
Just her? Or is she...
No, somebody else is driving.
Okay.
She said they drove her here.
Ma'am?
It was a Chrysler Pacifica.
Chrysler Pacifica?
Yeah, and my teller walked in here with me and said, you know, and I agree. It's amazing how calm she was. So, but then again, she could have been petrified. I don't know.
Okay. P-E-T-I-T?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put you back on hold, all right?
Okay. But if she comes in here and does that to us. So I'm holding?
Yes. Ma'am, did you have
I want to tell you, my teller said that she saw the driver. He had a black hood over a hoodie and a baseball cap on. She couldn't identify him, but she did see that there was someone in the car, and he did have a sweatshirt over his head and a baseball cap.
Black hooded sweatshirt.
And a baseball cap.
Baseball cap. White male, black male?
Could you tell if it was a white male or a black male? Yeah, she thinks white, but she can't. She said it was definitely not black. But
He was the driver?
Yeah, he was the driver? Yes.
Did anyone get the license plate?
No, we didn't, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ma'am?
Yes.
We're going to have a detective on the way to the bank to speak to you, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Jennifer Hawk Petit was being watched. The man who brought her to the bank was waiting outside in the parking lot. And back at home, her husband and 2 daughters were tied up. The Petits were a well-known family in Cheshire, Connecticut. William was a respected doctor, Jennifer a nurse. Their 2 daughters, 17-year-old Haley and 11-year-old Michaela, were kind, smart, and deeply loved. The night before, Jennifer and Michaela had gone to the grocery store to pick up dinner ingredients. While they were shopping, a man named Joshua Komisarjevsky saw them. He followed them home. Early the next morning, around 3 a.m., he came back. This time, he brought an accomplice, Stephen Hayes. They got into the house through an unlocked door. William had fallen asleep in the sunroom. He was attacked, beaten, and taken to the basement, where he was tied to a support beam. Upstairs, Jennifer, Haley, and Michaela were taken from their bedrooms and restrained. Pillowcases were placed over their heads. The 2 men said they were just there for money, but what followed was far more than a robbery. As they searched the house, they found bank records showing the family had access to tens of thousands of dollars. They decided Jennifer would go to the bank and withdraw $15,000, while one of the men stayed behind in the house. At the bank, Jennifer managed to warn the teller quietly without alerting the man waiting outside. Police were dispatched to the home, but they were ordered not to go in. Instead, they set up a perimeter and waited. Inside the house, things were getting worse. While Jennifer was gone, Michaela was assaulted. When Jennifer returned, she was attacked as well. Not long after, she was killed. The house was doused in gasoline, including the rooms where the girls were still tied up. Then the fire was set. William, who had been bound in the basement for hours, managed to escape. He crawled to a neighbor's yard and called for help.
What's your emergency?
Yes, 295 Hotchkiss Ridge, Cheshire, Connecticut.
Okay.
Are you police?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got Bill Pettit here who's hurt, my neighbor.
He's at your house?
Yes, he's right here.
Okay. What's wrong with him? What's going on, sir?
Hey, God, there's somebody else here.
Are you on 911?
Yes, I am. Hey, who's this? Who's on the phone?
This is Officer Miller, Cheshire Police.
Hey, it's right. I'm down here.
All right,
Get in the house. You two, get in the house. I need a 101 here now. Now. Head injury.
Okay.
When first responders arrived, the house was already engulfed in flames. Jennifer had died before the fire. Haley and Michaela both died of smoke inhalation. Haley had broken free and tried to escape, but she didn't make it far. Her body was found near the top of the stairs. The two suspects fled in the Petite's SUV, but were caught minutes later after crashing into a police car. Both men were arrested. They were charged with multiple counts, including murder, assault, kidnapping, and arson. Both were convicted and sentenced to death. But in 2015, Connecticut abolished capital punishment, and their sentences were commuted to life in prison without parole. Dr. William Petite was the only survivor. He never returned to medicine. Instead, he started a foundation in memory of his wife and daughters, supporting education, medical research, and survivors of violence. He later remarried, had a son, and was elected to public office. And every year in the town of Cheshire, thousands of candles are lit across the streets in remembrance. She doesn't give her name. She doesn't say what's wrong, but something's clearly off.
One of my most memorable calls is a time that I had been working late. I was really tired. It was 2 or 2:30 in the morning.
The woman on the line sounds unsure, maybe confused, but not panicked. At least, not yet.
You know what mile marker you're at?
I'm not sure.
What's going on?
I'm not sure.
Why are you calling 911?
Pardon me?
Why are you calling 911? What's the emergency?
Okay, never mind.
You don't know why you called 911?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then why did you call?
Okay, do I have to say right now?
Yes.
Okay, then never mind.
Are you able to talk, or is there someone?
No.
Okay. Are you in danger?
Yes.
Okay. Has someone kidnapped you?
I don't know.
Does this person know you've called 911?
No.
Okay. Okay, then just pretend like you're talking to your friend, and I'll see if I can't get somebody to help you. Are you in a truck?
Yes.
Okay.
My sister wanting to know.
And why can't you talk? Are you afraid he's going to hurt you?
Yes.
Okay. Has he already hurt you tonight?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting help your way. Just stay on the phone, okay?
Okay.
Did he turn the lights off to the car?
Yes.
Okay.
Piece by piece, a picture emerges. The caller is trapped in a car with someone who may have drugged her, assaulted her, and still doesn't know she's called for help.
And I was a little bit irritated, but I tried to keep my calm, and I said, yes, you have to tell me, because I thought, here I am working this overtime, and I'm frustrated, and here now I've got somebody on the phone, and they won't tell me what's going on. And that's when it clicked in my brain that maybe there's a reason why she can't tell me.
This moment could have ended like the last 4 times she dialed 911, disconnected before anyone could figure out what was really happening. But this time, the dispatcher stays with her.
It turned out that she was on a date with someone, and they had given her something to drink, and she woke up, and the suspect was sexually assaulting her. And now they were in a vehicle driving along the road. She finally convinced him to let her use the phone, and she called 911.
What follows is 20 minutes of quiet heroism, a conversation built on instinct, patience, and trust, spoken in code, carried out in real time, and unfolding in a moving vehicle as law enforcement races to catch up.
Okay, the officer can see you still, so don't worry, okay?
Okay. Okay, I'm getting out. Get on your face now. Okay, I'm getting out. Do you understand me? Ma'am, are you okay? Do not move. Put your hands behind your back now.
Are you there? Are you okay? The officers got him in custody?
This call saved her life.
This call specifically, I feel like I made a huge difference in her life. Had I not listened to her, that may have been her last chance to call 911 that night. And you just never know when that one person, that life-changing call is going to come in for someone.
For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.